Good morning everyone. My name is Vijay Gupta and you are watching biology classes. So welcome to all of you in this lecture. In this lecture I will continue the topic of sexual reproduction. In my last video, as I told you about what is the sexual reproduction, and in this lecture I will tell you about the reproductive phases in plants. So before we start the topic, I would like to summarize my last video, what is the sexual reproduction. In nature there are two objects. The first one is male, another one is female. The male produces male gametes in its genital organ and female produces female gamete inside the genital organs. The male gamete is generally sperm in an animal, while the female gamete is ovum or egg. When both the gametes are fused together, the phenomenon is known as fertilization, and as the result of fertilization a diploid zygote is formed, and this zygote divides repeatedly and to form an embryo, and this embryo develops into a new organism. Thus the phenomenon of sexual reproduction takes place. Now in this lecture I will tell you about the reproductive phases in plants. So there are two types of plants on the basis of their reproduction. The first one are monocarpic plant, another one are the polycarpic plant. Now what is the monocarpic plant? Monocarpic plants are those plants which flower and fruit, in which flowers and fruiting occurs only once in their life period, means they are an annual plant. Annual plants are those plants which grows within a year, or which in which flowers and fruiting occurs in a single season or a period, particular period. So these are called the annual plants. So monocarpic plants are those plants which bears flowers only once in their life and die after the fruiting and the flowering. Suppose that there is a plant of wheat, okay, that complete its life cycle within a year. So that is it is a annual plant. So these plants are die after the fruiting and the flowering are termed as the monocarpic plant, and they are mostly annual plants. Annual plants such as wheat, rice, as you can see in the example, there are wheat, rice, maize, etc. So these are the monocarpic plant which grows in which flower and fruiting occurs only once in their life. Note down the point. Then the next are polycarpic plants. What are the polycarpic plants? Polycarpic plants flower every year in a particular season. They are the perennial plant. Perennial plant means those plants which lives more than 2 years are known as perennial plants. So the polycarpic plants are generally perennial plants, and polycarpic plants flower every year in a particular season. Suppose that there is a plant of mango in which every season flowering and fruiting occurs. So this is a polycarpic plant. So mostly they are the perennial plants, and the example of these types of plants are apple, mango, orange, and many lots of fruits plants. So these are the known as polycarpic plant. Okay students, so now we will talk about the reproductive phases in animals. As I told you about the plants, how many types of plants are there on the basis of their reproductive phases. Now I will tell you about the reproductive phases in animals. So the first one are seasonal breeders. Those breeders that breed on a particular season in a year are known as seasonal breeders, and those who mate or copulate throughout the year are known as the continuous breeder. So first of all, I will tell you about the seasonal breeders. As you can see in the definition, those animal species that successfully mate during the certain time of the year. The point to be noted, certain time, on a particular time, on a particular season. So those animal species that can successfully mate during the certain time of the year are known as the seasonal breeders. Simply those animals which breed during a particular season are termed as the seasonal breeders, and the examples are birds, lizards, frogs, etc. These are the example of seasonal breeders. Now the next one is continuous breeders. Those animal species that can breed is also a form of reproduction, or mate means copulation, when the male and female mate. So those animals species that breed or mate throughout the year, whole year, okay, are known as the continuous breeders, and they are known as continuous breeders. They are capable to reproduce throughout the year, so they are the continuous breeders. Examples are human, monkeys and cattle. Cattle means like cow, goat, buffalo. These are collectively called as cattle. So these are the example of continuous breeders, and I think both the terms are clear to you. What is the meaning of seasonal breeders and what is the meaning of continuous breeders? So students, now we will talk about sexuality in plants. On the basis of sexuality, the plants are of two types: monoecious plants and the dioecious plants. But before monoecious and dioecious plants, I would like to tell you about a basic concept in these two types of plants. First of all, it is very important to know that what are the bisexual flowers and what is the meaning of unisexual flower. Suppose that this is a flower, and the flower consists of male organ and female organ. As we all know that flower is the reproductive part of an angiospermic plant. So suppose that this is a flower. In flower, the outermost hole is calyx. So this is the calyx, as we all know, represented by capital K. This one is corolla, represented by capital C. And these are the male organ which are known as androecium. So these are the androecium, and androecium represented by capital A, and it is the male part of the flower. Now the second one is gynoecium, which is situated in the center. So it is the gynoecium represented by capital G, and it is the female part. Okay, so simply in a flower, male and female, both the parts are present. If both the parts are present in a single flower, then this type of flower is known as a bisexual flower. So it is the bisexual flower. So the term is very clear to you. Bisexual flower means what? When the flower consists of androecium or the male organ as well as gynoecium or the female organ, then this type of flower is termed as a bisexual flower. Now what is the meaning of unisexual flower? Suppose that this is a flower, these are the calyx, another flower, and these are the calyx. These are the corolla. Corolla are present in both the flowers, either it is unisexual or the bisexual. And the first condition is if the flower consists of male part or the androecium only. As you can see, these are the androecium or the A or the male part. This flower consists of only male part, female part is totally absent. So this flower is termed as the male flower. So it is the male flower. And the flower which consists of only the female organ or the gynoecium, it is the female organ or the gynoecium, and this flower is known as female flower. Means when the flower consists of calyx, corolla and androecium, androecium means the male organ, then this flower is known as male flower. And if the flower consists of calyx, corolla and gynoecium, androecium is totally absent, then this flower is known as female flower. Both the flower consist of only one sex organ, either male or female, so these are known as unisexual flowers. So I think the concept is very clear to you. What is the meaning of unisexual flower and what is the meaning of bisexual flower? Now on the basis of these flowers, I will describe these two definitions. What are the monoecious plant and what are the dioecious plant? So students, now the concept of unisexual and bisexual flowers is very clear to you. Now I will describe about the monoecious and dioecious plants. Now what is the meaning of monoecious plant? Suppose that this is a plant, these are the leaves and these are the pedicel, and this plant consists of both types of flowers. I am using red color for some flowers and blue for some. And suppose that these blue colored flowers are the male flowers and these red colored flowers are the female flowers. So this plant consists of both types of flowers. Blue means male flowers while red means female flowers. Okay. as you can assume. So this plant consists of both types of flowers. So this plant is known as a monoecious plant. Means when the plant consists of both the sex organs, male and female, or both the flowers on a single plant, then this type of plant is known as monoecious plant. Now definition: when the male and female, both the flowers blossom appear on a same plant. Okay, when the male and female, both the flowers blossom appear on a same plant. As you can see in the diagram, this plant consists of male flower as well as female flower. So this type of plant is known as monoecious plant, and the example of monoecious plants are pumpkin, bottle gourd, etc., bitter gourd, or any other member of this family. So these are the example of monoecious plant. Now the another term is dioecious plant. When the plant is termed as dioecious, suppose that this is a plant and this is another plant. These are the leaves and these are the pedicels. It is just a diagrammatic representation of these types of plants. Okay, and suppose that this plant consists of only male flowers. I am using blue color for the male, and these are the male flowers. All the flowers are male flowers, means gynoecium or the female organ is totally absent. And this plant consists of only female flowers, means the male part or the androecium is absent in this flower. So these are the female flowers. These are all the flowers are female flowers. So these plants are termed as dioecious plant, means both the plants have a single sex organ. Means when a plant consists of only male flower or female flower, both the flowers will never be present. So this plant consists of only male flowers and this plant consists of only female flowers, then both the plants are termed as a dioecious plant. Means when the male and female flowers blossom appear on a separate plant. Both are the separate plants and both the plants consist of different flowers. This plant consists of male flower while this one consists of female flower. So when both the male and female flowers blossom appear on a separate plant, then this type of plant is termed as the dioecious plant. Now what are the example? The example are mulberry, papaya and kiwi fruit. So now I think both the terms are very clear to you. What is the meaning of monoecious plant and what is the meaning of dioecious plant? Okay students, so after the plants, now I will tell you about the sexuality in animals. So on the basis of sexuality, the animals are of two types. The first one are the unisexual animals and the second one are the bisexual animals. Now what is the meaning of unisexual and bisexual? When an animal consists of only one type of sex organs, either male sex organs or the female sex organ, then this animal is termed as the unisexual animal. And if the animal consists of both the sex organs, male and female, both the sex organs are present in a single individual, then this animal is termed as a bisexual animal. Another thing is that the unisexual animal is capable to produce only one type of gamete. Either it will produce male gamete or the sperm, or it will produce female gametes or the ovum. It can produce only one type of gamete because it consists of only one type of reproduction or the sex organ. Then this animal is termed as the unisexual animal. On the other hand, the bisexual animal are able to produce both types of gamete, male gametes as well as female gamete. That's why they are termed as the bisexual animal. Now let's see the definition. Unisexual animal and unisexual animal. So those animals which are capable to produce one type of gametes, either the male gamete or the female gamete. As I told you before, these animals are capable only one type of gamete. Okay, either male gamete or the female gamete are known as unisexual animal. And the examples are human. As you can see, male and female are both are separate in human beings. Birds, in birds male and female are different, like peacock, peahen. Fishes, in fishes male and female are different. Amphibians like frog, toad, etc. So And ascaris, it's a lower animal in which male and female are different. So when the male and female are separate, then the animal is termed as the unisexual animal. And these are the symbol. This symbol is used for the male and this symbol is used for the female in our biology. So it was all about the unisexual animal. Now I will tell you about the bisexual animal. What the bisexual means? Bisexual animals are those animals which are capable to produce both male and female gamete. As I told you before, bisexual animal consists of both type of reproduction or the both types of sex organs, so they are capable to produce both types of gametes, either male gamete or the female gamete. So those animals which are capable to produce both male and female gametes in a same individual, on a single individual, then they are known as bisexual. And another important term for the bisexual animals is hermaphrodite. It's a standard word. And the example of bisexual animals are leech, earthworm, tapeworm, etc. So these are the bisexual animals. It is a symbol for which is used for the bisexual animals in our biology. So it was all about the unisexual animals and bisexual animals. So in this lecture number 2 of sexual reproduction, it was all about. I will continue this topic, the events of sexual reproduction like gamete transfer, gametogenesis, zygote formation, embryogenesis. All these remaining topics I will try to cover in my next lecture. In this video, it was all about the sexual reproduction. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.